Welcome to another trade recap video. Today is the 30th of September and I'm trading gold as always. So I'm going to start by just looking over the news, just so you guys have an idea on what is going on today. So we have one red folder for the US. We have a few for Australia, but I don't really focus on those. I really only focus on the US data. And we can see that it was the job openings, and if the actual is greater than the forecast, then it's good for currency, which usually means that that's bad for gold. So if it's good for currency, that indicates that the news is telling you that gold is going to go down. If it's bad for currency, then the news is indicating that gold will go up. However, it's like, I don't trade the news, but I like to know what's going on for gold because gold is actually heavily affected by the news from what I've noticed. But do with that information as you will. I'm still a beginner, so yeah, I don't know. I'm not trying to tell you guys what to do, but that's just what I've noticed. So we'll just do a top-down analysis. I'm going to pretty much explain the same things that I went over in my last trade recap, just because it's all kind of relevant to what's happening, because my trades, I don't take them every single day. I only wait for like an A+ setup, which is aligned with the 1 hour and the 4 hour time frame. I've been using the 1 hour time frame, but we're currently at all-time highs. So I've kind of figured out that the 4 hour time frame is better to make sure I'm keeping an eye on. I try not to sometimes because usually the 1 hour is way clearer than the gold, but the 4 hour has been better so that you don't get like faked out at all-time highs. But anyway, we'll just do the top-down analysis. So we can see that price made this all-time high here, it pushed above here, and then it looks like it's done a correction, but it hasn't actually gone all the way back down to this level. So ideally what I was wanting to see today was, I was wanting to see a actual like correction with some structure all the way down past here, and then some bullish structure underneath this level so that I could enter off of the bullish structure around about here. Okay, that's kind of what I was wanting to see today, but we'll see later on what actually ended up happening. So you can see on the 1 hour, you're getting a little bit of insight as to what happened today, but price again came above this level. There was no retracement throughout all of this push up. There was quite a lot of consolidation around this level, but it pushed up, it had this little bit of consolidation, and then it pushed up again, and now it's done a massive pullback. So I was like feeling good when I saw this pullback, because I was like, yes, it's about to give me an entry for some buys. Like, I'm really, really excited. But then I was like, hold on, where's the market structure in this pullback? Now, I don't know, maybe I'm overthinking my trades, like, because again, I'm a beginner. I'm not trying to tell you guys, watch me make $5,000. No, I'm a beginner, so I'm just trying to figure it out as much as you guys are. But just from what I'm understanding, like, don't you need a little bit of structure in the pullback? And that's where I'm a little bit confused in this trade. So let's go a little bit further and let's see some more information. So in case you guys didn't see my last trade recap, you can see this clear level of support here, which then kind of turned into a clear level of resistance here, which somewhat turned into a support. Not really, but you can see it's got a little bit of support here. So that was kind of just a key area that I was looking out for. This was kind of, you can consider it my no trade zone. I wasn't going to take any entries in here just because price was looking pretty choppy. And then it pushed up here. This happened, I was going to say this happened over the weekend. I lied. It didn't. I think there was like some kind of okay entry that happened over the weekend, but anyway, I can't remember. But price again chopped around here and then made this push up. It made this push up in Asia session. There was no like entry anywhere in this New York session, and you can see price was just literally going sideways. And then it went higher, was pushing more all-time highs, which was cool, and then made this massive retracement in the start of London. And again, you can see there's literally no structure in this, so this is kind of where I was confused. This is where I'm going to be sharing with you guys the struggle, like showing you the specific things on why I was so conflicted today. So as you can see, price retraced back to this level, and then it literally it barely even tapped back down to that high. It literally just got close to it and then it's pushed back up, which is like, I'm happy with that. Like, that is great. Like, it came back to the level, it made a correction, but there's no structure in this correction. So you can't really see. We're on the 15-minute. I'll show you guys the 5-minute so you can get a little bit of insight. It's still like no structure. This is probably the most structure we'll get in this whole retracement. So it made this high, it made a lower low, it made a lower high, and it made a lower low, it made a lower high, made a lower low. However, this is on the 5-minute, and because we're at all-time highs, I want to be looking at the 15-minute and the 4-hour, because usually I would look at the 1 hour and the 5-minute, as well as obviously the 15-minute as well, but I would be taking entries off my 5-minute and using the 1 hour for my analysis. But at all-time highs, because price is extra volatile, it's extra just doing some random stuff. From what I've noticed, now I'm kind of shifting to going to the 4 hour and the 15 minutes take 15 minutes take entries and 4 hours for my analysis, and usually the 1 hour here and there as well. But yeah, so I wanted to see like at least some type of structure on the 15-minute, because I don't feel like 5-minute structure is really good enough to take an entry off of at this stage for me. I'm not a scalper, but anyway, no structure here. The little like structure that we got on the 5-minute, you can barely see it in the 15-minute. It made this swing low here. There's no swing highs. I guess you could call this a swing high. Swing low, swing high. Like, yeah, no structure. I'm just forcing it at that point. And then we got this structure on after the pullback. So it kind of chopped around here and then pushed up, made this, I think, what's this called? Shooting star, I'm pretty sure, whatever. And then it made some bullish structure. Now, I could have taken an entry off of this bullish structure, but because I knew that there was red folder news coming out, it came out, when did it come out? It came out at 10 o'clock, so it came out around about here. So at this level, we can do a little vertical line. So the news came out at this point here. So I kind of wanted to see what was happening with this news and to see how it would actually affect price action, because I just didn't really feel confident forming a buy off of this retracement, like this type of correction, because there was no structure in there. So I don't know, maybe I'm being pedantic. It's just, I don't know, because I could have done a indication. No, what am I saying? There's literally, okay, I swear there's like no entry here for me, in my opinion, but I might be wrong. That's the thing. So I'm just as confused as you guys are if you guys are beginners. But I feel like a lot of like experienced traders watch my videos, so you guys are probably going to be looking at this like, what is she talking about? Like, it's so clear. But to me, I wanted to see an entry down here. I wanted to see some structure that I could work off of. Like here, there wasn't really any entry for me to take. It made this bullish structure that was cool. So if we really wanted to, force a trade in here, which is a habit that I have, but obviously I'm not forcing a trade. That's why I haven't taken an entry, which I don't really get into, but there you go. But if I really wanted to take an entry, we can see prices made this lower high, and then it's failed to make a lower low. So this would be a failure swing, and then if we scale into the 5-minute, like we're so forcing it here, price made an indication. It's made this choppy correction, and then we could have done some craziness and placed, I don't know, a trade off of literally nothing. Like, there was nothing to take a trade off here. But I want to just explain to you guys, I was experiencing mad FOMO. Like, my FOMO that I was experiencing was crazy. Like, because I was waiting for this setup. I've been waiting for this setup. And it came and, like, it gave nothing. It literally gave nothing. And then to see price push up Like, you guys can literally watch my morning analysis video. I had said this in my morning analysis video, like, I want to see price go back down to this level so I can, use the structure to buy up to all-time highs again. But price is literally giving me nothing. So I don't want to force it because, again, that's a bad habit that I have. But I was really feeling like forcing it when I saw that price was pushing up to my level. Now I might wake up and price might be at my level. That's fine. But yeah, I wasn't seeing an entry here for me personally. I don't want to scale past the 5-minute structure. There was no structure on that correction, which is okay. Like, it doesn't need to show structure. But for me personally, if I'm going to take a trade, I want to see some structure and I want to see somewhat of what's going on. And as you can see down here, the volume of the sellers was so strong. Like, there was a little bit of buyer volume here, and then seller volume was just basically higher than all of it. The buyers, caught a little bit more control here. They've got a little bit more control here, but I just don't know. I don't know how I feel about it, guys. But yeah, we'll see what price does. I just have to keep reminding myself, this is the one thing I've been reminding myself that's been helping me so much, is there's always opportunity in the market. And just because price doesn't give me an entry today doesn't mean it's not going to give me a good entry tomorrow. And there's no need to force an entry or have FOMO or, change my strategy because I'm not getting an entry, 2 days in a row, 3 days in a row. As long as, I'm sticking to my rules, I'm not forcing trades, I'm not like doing silly things based off of my emotions, then the market's always going to show me a setup, or the market's always going to provide opportunities, and the market's not going anywhere, so there's no point rushing into trading. I think what I'm going to do, just because I lost my last 2 trades that I had. The last 2 trades that I had were based off of one setup, so I really, in theory, lost one setup trade, but obviously I took two trades on it. The second one was based off of more emotions and forcing a trade. So I think what I want to do within the next few days is do some more back testing just to kind of build up my confidence in my strategy again, and do some more, like, just revise some more videos on ICC just so that I can better picture the setup, because I've been spending a lot of time on the live markets, and I know a lot of people say forward testing is the best way to go, but for me personally, I love to build a confidence and build a better understanding of the markets. So I think that's what I'm going to do, just because the live markets isn't really showing me anything. Gold is at all-time highs. I don't think I'm ready to introduce another instrument to my trading because I kind of feel like I know gold so well now. I don't really want to switch it up. And I say I know gold so well now, but I've literally only been trading it for a few months. Like, I've back tested years worth of data on gold, but I feel like I just want to stick to gold right now. And then if I want more instruments, then that's fine. But if I can just stick to gold and understand the way gold moves, then that would be great. But anyway, that's kind of a little bit of my thought process. I didn't take a trade today. If you guys have probably already got the gist on that. Yeah, there was no entry. I'm not going to force it. I'm going to come back tomorrow to do my morning analysis, and it's going to be like prices at that high that I was going to target. But it's okay. Like, it's really okay, and the market will continue to offer setups. So just remind myself that. So I hope you guys had a great trading day. If you guys took any setups today, let me know about them in the comments. And yeah, and if you guys have any other opinions or advice, especially if you trade ICC, and you watch this video, please let me know. Was this valid? Did I miss an entry? Like, am I not seeing something on the charts? Like, let me know, because differently. So, if you guys took a trade and you trade ICT, or I don't know, then let me know. But yeah, I hope you guys had a great trading day and a great next video.